Ready? This weekend, I celebrated consistently sharing my creative process, documenting, and more. I took a lot of photos of my locks. I also took photos of a lot of the books that I have been reading the last few weeks. And this journey actually started when I put up the Feed Your Locks video. I wanted to share with you all how much my locks have been growing since I've taken gardening serious and had been eating the vegetables I grow from my garden. I grow probably 90% of our produce, and I couldn't hold back that consistently eating collard greens, kale, and other greens I grew myself did help my hair not only get stronger, but also my nails grow. And that journey, that video took me on a path. I then uploaded the pickled garden greens using some of the greens from my garden. Those Mother's Day greens I had harvested for the Feed Your Locks video still had a lot of greens that I needed to get through, and I really enjoyed those pickled greens, and they are now something that we will consistently, monthly be having in our home from the garden. And I also really enjoyed the garbanzo beans video that I made because we love beans and we are easing into fall, and that recipe will definitely be a base to different bean dishes we make. And also, this was how we introduced quinoa back into our diet and also found new ways to make the quinoa. And of course, in the garbanzo bean recipe video, I used dino kale from the garden. And this is where this journey got fun. I used some of that quinoa that I had been wanting to introduce back into our diet to make a crispy quinoa and Swiss chard dish from the garden. We had grew a lot of Swiss chard, and while it isn't the least favorite thing in the world, it's something that we don't use as often as our other greens. And this recipe taught me how to blanch the vegetables. I did a lot of research, made a really dope tahini dressing, and I loved the crispy quinoa. That is going to be a staple and is a new staple in our home. Now, that recipe got me looking at the books I was reading. I was reading Zora Neale Hurston's The Gilded Six Bits, and I noticed some sweet potato recipes as well as a molasses kisses recipe that I tried out the week that I finished that short story. You guys watched me make that recipe, and I ended up saving those molasses kisses so that I can use in different dishes, and I'll come back to that in a moment. But that was a great way to introduce me into reading books and creating dishes through what I was reading. And I read more Maya Angelou, who you all know is my favorite. I read not just her books, but I read her detailing how she does her writing routine, and I tried it out. She likes to cook after she writes and then she edits. And I tried out her writing routine from that Black woman's writing book, and I tweaked it to work for me one day so that I could try and figure out what my writing and editing routine is like. And that was fun and deeply got me even more interested in other Black writers, Black women writers, and writers from different eras I loved, as well as men writers. And I read Wallace Thurman's The Blacker the Berry last week or the week before, and I started to combine Zora Neale Hurston's yam recipe with those molasses kisses from her book to share how linked Wallace Thurman and Zora Neale Hurston are as writers who came from the Harlem Renaissance and who also had a very interesting creative relationship and relationships in which they critiqued each other. This was fun because it was this opportunity for me to stay focused on protective styles for my hair, but also meet a few goals, which was to stop scrolling so much, get deeper into creating better sleep routine, gratitude, meditations, and body scans. And I stopped scrolling so much by reading more and sharing what I was reading and getting in the kitchen with things from my garden. And I'm really thankful I was able to share it in the most messy, creative, fun way that I could. And now that we are a few weeks away from me starting this journey by just sharing what I've been eating from my garden and how it's been helping my locks, I can't wait to share some of the photos over the next few weeks that I've taken this Saturday of my locks, of some of the books I've read, because I do think that reading, scrolling less, of course, contributes to healthier hair. When you are scrolling less, there's less of this impulse to take in other people's random thoughts that can be filled with stress and anxiety. And reading allowed for me to just take care of myself, my body, my mind, and of course, focus in on the schoolwork that I have to do. And so I've had a really great last few weeks, and I can't wait to share with you guys an update on the lock growth and some more recipes and creative things that come up along the way. The ultimate goal is just to create, to share, and not allow for social media to take away the part of me that loves to learn, that loves to create, and also to be able to look back on how my hair has grown, what I've grown in the garden, and all that I've read so far. And of course, we'll add some more along the way. I can't wait to share with you guys how this weekend went, and I'll be sharing more photos and insight from things that happened during this shoot that we had. If you've taken the time out to check out any of these videos, content, liked, commented, I appreciate you. And of course, I will see you guys next week.
It's easier to breathe far from the vicinity. I'll drive 1,000 miles from just about anything. It's everything I want it to be, running from familiarity. But lately it's been quiet. It's my own doing. I'm taken by a hollow breeze. I feel the void still again.